Hello everyone, I'm Krusty Grape, and just a heads up, this method does require you to have the Moxie's Heist DLC. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, as far as your weapons go, it doesn't really matter too much. What you want is a relatively fast-firing weapon that does a hefty amount of damage per shot. And by hefty here, I mean anywhere from 1 to 2,000, depending on what Mayhem mode you're playing on. I'm playing on Mayhem 10, so I'm using a Kyuzen that does about 3,000 damage per shot times 2. Now, as far as your build goes, this isn't a build video, but I figured I might as well show my Mo's build on screen here. So you can take the time to pause the video if you want, and if you want to make this build, you can. But again, it doesn't matter too much. As long as you have a decent build, you're going to be fine here. I should note that as far as the DLC goes, you do need to finish a DLC. Now, here is the Mayhem mode I'm playing on, just gives you a rundown of my modifiers. So what you're going to want to do is go to the place called the Compactor after you finish the DLC. You're going to want to go to this place at In Trashlantis, and then traverse to where I am right here. Now this is where the boss fight begins. If you finish a DLC, you'll have played this boss fight before. It's the Scraptrap boss fight. So now let's get into the boss fight itself. It's pretty straightforward. What you're going to be doing here is simply killing all of the little scrap traps. And the reason you're doing this is because they give about 1,500 to 2,000 XP per kill, depending on what Mayhem you're playing on. So here I'm playing on Mayhem 10, and I'm getting about 2,200 XP per kill for these scrap traps. So for this first half of this boss fight, you're going to be getting about 60 to 80 kills just on these scrap traps, and that's based off loose math. That's about 140 to 160,000 XP just for the first phase of this boss fight. Now for the second phase, Scraptrap Prime will spawn in. Now during this period, more Scraptrap units will spawn in, and that's when you want to take the time to actually just kill them. Exhaust all of their spawns. They do stop spawning eventually, to the point to where you only have Scraptrap Prime left. But while they are still spawning, just continue to train around the arena and kill them. Now here I actually chose to kill Scraptrap Prime after I exhausted all the Scraptrap spawns. You do not have to do this. This is not a detrimental part of this farming method. I chose to, but you don't have to. Now the reason you might not want to do this is because Scraptrap Prime actually has a lot of health. So if your build isn't as damaging as you would like it to be, killing Scraptrap Prime on Mayhem levels may actually prove to be pretty time consuming for you. He's not too difficult, but he does take some time. And so it is totally okay if you do not want to do this. If you don't want to kill Scraptrap Prime, all you have to do is simply fast travel back to Trashlantis, and the boss fight will reset. You do not have to save quit for this boss. You can literally just fast travel back and reset your spawns and everything, and you're good to go immediately again. Now, it's worth noting as well that Scraptrap Prime does not drop a lot of legendary loot. So this method isn't the best for legendary farming. He only has a couple of dedicated drops, and to be honest, they're not, you can live without them. So this isn't for legendaries, but as far as XP goes, this strategy is top tier. Much better and much faster than farming someone like Grave Ward. Now going back to a previous point, if you do kill Scraptrap, you will need to save quit and then restart. If not, then you can literally just fast travel out of the arena and you're good to go. Now, as far as the XP goes, you saw that he awards 44,000 XP by himself, which is over half of the amount Grave Ward awards. And that is why this method is superior, because from the scrap traps themselves, you're getting about 160,000 XP just for about 3 minutes of work, depending on how your build is. So that makes Grave Ward completely the underdog here, because it takes about relatively 3 to 4 minutes to kill him, and you're only going to be getting a fraction of the amount of XP that you would be getting from doing this strategy. So that is all for this Borderlands 3 farming video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and more importantly, I hope you guys learned something and can actually utilize this strategy. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you can, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. If some of you would be interested in seeing my Mo's build and see how it works, let me know in the comment section. I'd be happy to make a video showcasing it. So anyway, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you guys on the next one.